Do you ever wish that you could take one of your ideas and turn it into reality in Ultra HD straight away?
Sometimes, for instance, you're getting to the end of the day, you go for your evening walk, a bit like I am right now, as you can see, and you suddenly have an idea of how you can solve a problem that you've been wrestling with. If only you could build this thing. But wouldn't it be great if you could bring that idea to life in seconds?
Well, I've got good news for you. There are a bunch of tools out there that can allow you to quickly draw your ideas and turn them into a high fidelity image. And we're going to look at one today that uses AI. It is Adobe Firefly. Adobe Firefly has a bunch of different features, but we're going to look at one in particular today that has drawn my attention to it. It's its ability to take a drawing or a sketch and quickly turn that into a high fidelity image. It's free to use up to a certain point. So let's get into it and give it a go. So first of all, we obviously need a sketch, and I'm not the best at drawing, but here I am having a go. And the idea that I want to convey is a couple of people that are interacting with a sustainability dashboard. So I'm drawing a big screen, a couple of people in front of it, and they're in fields full of trees and other things. So here we go. This is my final drawing. And it's not perfect. I'm not that embarrassed by it, but you can kind of get the idea. You've got people with a dashboard there, and they are surrounded by nature because I want to convey that this is a dashboard that helps people be more environmentally friendly. I'd like to say as well, this isn't a sponsored video. I genuinely just wanted to try out the capabilities of Adobe Firefly to take a sketch and see what it comes up with. So what I'll show shortly is me learning about the tool for the first time and trying it out and seeing what it can do.
So let's see how good it is at keeping up with the pace of your ideas, or in my case, the pace of my walking.
This is the Adobe Firefly website, and you'll see that it can help you with images, videos, audio, or vector designs. I'm going to use the image and the text to image feature. And what you see when I zoom in here on the left is you can actually use a few different Firefly models. So they're currently on Firefly Image 3. You can choose your aspect ratios, you can choose content type. I wasn't really sure what this bit meant, but I selected photo, so I wanted something quite photorealistic. And then you can go and upload an image. It gives you a little bit of a warning message at that point, and you can tell it how close to that image that you want it to actually stay. There are a bunch of other settings at this point, but I thought I'd keep it quite simple. So after this, you have to put a prompt in. I again kept this simple to start with and just wrote sustainability dashboard. I wanted to see what it came up with as a result. And I click generate. These are the initial image options that it generates, which are pretty cool. And if I zoom into one of them just to bring that to life, you'll see it properly.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I'm actually really impressed by this first set of images, as they are very close to the drawing idea that I had in mind. But hey, I'm here, why not try a few different options? The next thing that I thought I'd try to do was just to update the prompt and see what happens. So this time I've put more detail. I've called it two people interacting with a sustainability dashboard. They stand in a field surrounded by nature. In the background, there are windmills and their office building. So I'm just trying to describe a bit more detail and see what it does. And in this case, what it creates is a slightly more cartoon-like version. And I've got no idea why. So more detail seems to make a simplified image here. After that attempt, I decided to try and explore some of the stuff on the left-hand side. And one option it has in here is to use their reference image gallery. So these are different images that seem to allow you to dictate the style. And I think, why not choose this neon image? This looks quite interesting. And click generate. And what I see as a result on here is actually it applies that exact same styling to the same designs, which look pretty cool. They're not quite the look that I had in mind, but actually this is a really interesting feature. The last thing I try is I remove the reference image and I play with some of the other effects. I make it hyper realistic and I choose some different colours and tones and lighting and try that. So looking for vibrant colours and a golden hour vibe. It's still kept the same composition of the image, but it's changed the whole look and feel by just adapting the colours and the vibrancy. Having learned a fair bit at this point, I made one more iteration just using some of the references I thought might work best and ended up with my favourite of it all, which is pretty good, apart from these faces, which, yeah, are not great.
I hope that wasn't too harsh and they don't take offence.
Alright, puns aside, let's look at the final image. So we've got my sketch here and actually it matches really similar, the final image. It just brings it to life in a really impressive way. There you go, that was my quick attempt to take a sketch and turn it into an impressive image using Adobe Firefly. And I've got to say, I'm super impressed by it as a tool. Faces aside, which, yeah, they're a bit wonky, but it's otherwise really impressive. And if you wanted to just quickly convey an idea and bring that to life at high resolution very quickly, I would totally recommend it. And I'm sure there's lots of tools out there that can do similar things, but there's no harm in trying Adobe Firefly to get started. I hope you enjoyed this video as a way of seeing another AI driven tool and seeing what it can do for you with your new product ideas. If you did like it, please do like the video and subscribe. I've created a few videos like this where I've tried to look at different AI tools, so you can also have a look at some of the previous videos and see what I've done there. And if you do have any comments around your experience using Adobe Firefly or other tools that are worth trying that might be able to do a similar thing, please let me know below. That's it for this video. I think this is enough screen time. Maybe it's time for another walk.